Hey besties, and welcome to my channel. In today's video we are going to be doing our part 2 perfume recommendations for fall. Fall perfumes for me are sweet, they are spicy, sometimes green. I love fall time because I pull out all my heavy hitters, the really intense strong fragrances that maybe in the heat, especially in Florida, would be a little overwhelming. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. This was a request from you guys after I did my first video, which I will go ahead and tag below. I love you guys. I hope you enjoy this video, and as you're listening to my recommendations for fall perfumes, comment down below your favorites, that way I can add them to my wish list. So starting out with a new one, I am gonna do like a full in-depth review of this perfume at some point, but I have to include it in this video because I struggled with the last one, thinking that okay, let me go ahead and wait for my review. No, I have to say this in this video because this is truly a beautiful staple for fall or just in general. This one is Devotion from Dolce & Gabbana. I have to spray this all over. This fragrance, let me tell you, is so sweet, so citrus forward. If you want to smell like a lemon meringue pie, like that's truly what it smells like in this opening. That is what one of you called it when you recommended it to me, and you did not lead me astray. It got all in my throat. This is absolutely stunning. The orange blossom does help it from being too nauseatingly sweet, but I think like that subtle addition of freshness is truly beautiful and just so addictive. So the fragrance overall has notes of candy lemon, orange blossom, and vanilla, and for me personally, I get all of that. I think this is so creamy and fluffy and delicious. It really does smell like a citrusy dessert. So if that sounds good to you, I think this fragrance is going to be stunning. If you don't like overly sweet fragrances, you might not love this, because when I sprayed this in store, I was sold. I loved it at first spray, but other women in the store, I heard some say they loved it, and then another associate told me she thought it was way too sweet for her. So I'm not saying blind buy it, but I wish I would have got the bigger bottle. The bottle's also super cute, but yeah, you guys, I love this one. And I wonder if you guys have smelled this one. Let me know down below if it smells like Acro Bake or like Lyra from Xerjoff. Next up is Camera from Lataffa. I talked about Angel Share in my last video, so I did want to give this one an honorable mention. This to me smells like when you walk into a Hobby Lobby or a Kirkland's in the fall time and you really are just hit with a blast of spices. If that sounds good to you, that is definitely what I'm getting from this one. This is warm, spicy, sweet. You really are getting that vanilla. It's very sensual. I would love to wear this one on a date as well, but mixed with Angel Share, because for me on its own, I think that I am missing something, but as it lingers in the air, it's stunning. The projection on this one is really good. The longevity is great. The performance in general for the price point, I think it was like $20 or $30. Like absolutely unreal. The value for this one is just phenomenal. And let me tell you the notes. So this one has top notes of cinnamon, nutmeg, and bergamot. Middle notes of dates, praline, tuberose, and mahonial. Base notes of vanilla, tonka bean, benzoin, amberwood, myrrh, and akigaya wood. You're really getting the cinnamon in this fragrance. Perfect for fall. Next up is WAASA Le Intense perfume. Now this one is really sexy. It's alluring, it's warm, it's sensual, it's date night appropriate. It's so beautiful. You get a ton of the orange blossom and the vanilla, and the lavender in this one is way toned down compared to in the original. I have the original here just because I wanted to mention it quickly as well. This one is stunning if you want to be confident, if you want to, like this one, if I had a board meeting, I would be wearing this one because it just makes a statement. It makes you feel like you're in charge. It makes you feel like you are that woman or man. It's beautiful and it's edgy and it's just, it encompasses everything that I like want to be, you know what I mean? So this perfume is stunning. This one is great too, depending on what you like. If you want more of the lavender floral vibe, I think this one is beautiful. If you want more of like that warm vanilla sexiness, I think this one is going to be stunning. And for me, I mean, this one is better for fall. Next up is a heavy hitter with the men. This one is Jean Paul Gaultier Label, and this perfume is absolutely intoxicating. It's super sweet, it's super juicy in the opening with the bergamot and also the pear. The bergamot gives it like a really fun brightness. It's a fun fragrance in general, and then it dries down. You are also getting that vetiver, so you do have to like vetiver, but it dries down kind of like really, really, really sexy. You get that warm amber. It's very sensual and again intoxicating. It is syrupy sweet, so you have to like that to be okay with this fragrance, but if you do like super sweet scents, I think you're gonna love this. And the way that this one just really like sits and lingers in the air, super great projection, very good longevity. I do like to reapply it after like 5 or 6 hours, but for the 5 or 6 hours you have it on the skin, it projects like a beast. So I really enjoy this one, and again, so do the men. Not that that means anything to me as a lesbian, but I felt like it was helpful to mention for a lot of you watching. This is just so gorgeous. If you know, you know. It's not my personal favorite, but it is just so sweet and complimented. Guys love sweet. So okay, this one has top notes of pear and bergamot, middle notes of florals, and leather. I guess that adds to the complexity of it. Base notes of vanilla, vetiver, amber, and musk. Super sweet. Next up is Vanilla Vibration from Zara. This one is a really gorgeous, spicy green vanilla. It's really pretty. In the dry down, it is pretty powdery, but there's something really special about this fragrance. I don't want to smell like outside. Let's get that really understood with my fragrance. I really, really don't. And this one is kind of taking me in that realm, but not quite. It is quite green in that opening, but on the dry down, the vanilla just really warms up and it starts to get more powdery, and it is just so beautiful. It's honestly breathtaking, and I think if I smelled it on somebody else, I would think they smelled so interesting and so unique. So if you're looking for a fall fragrance that will have you smelling really beautiful but not like anybody else, I did want to go ahead and give you guys this recommendation. I think that out of the 4, this one and Hypnotic Poison were my favorite. I think the spicy cardamom, the green pepperis, I think it's called, and the vanilla, the powdery notes, the iris, the violet, they all mesh so well and just make this such a memorable fragrance for me that I have just been using, even though it's not something I would typically wear. So if you want to go outside your comfort zone and you're like me, this is a beautiful fall fragrance that's not overly gourmand. Next up is Bianco Latte. Do not bully me for how I'm about to say this. Giardini di Toscana. So I did say this on TikTok and I got bullied from the comment section. Just one person, I'm being dramatic. But this fragrance smells amazing. If you do love creamy, indulgent vanillas, this is really good. What I love about it is that caramel and that honey in the opening. It almost has kind of like a warm toffee smell. I don't know if anyone else is getting that, but it's absolutely lovely and mouth-watering. As I'm smelling it, my mouth is salivating. What's great about it too is for being so gourmand, it really does last and it projects. So like La Belle, in my opinion, is really beautiful with the sillage, but for me, this one is great with sillage, projection. Everything about it is just absolutely phenomenal. The fragrance is lovely. There must be a lot of oil in here because it sticks to your skin like none other. On your clothes, it's even better, but I really do get that caramel, that honey, the coumarin for sure, and you're also getting that musk in the dry down. So I do love musky vanillas, but if you don't, I don't see you liking this one. Also, if you do like Rosie Jane Dulce, I think you would love this because it's kind of similar, but like times 100. It's really, really stunning. That one to me kind of reminds me of like a vanilla ice cream. I know a lot of people say that that one is not super long lasting on them. I do get a few hours with that one, but nothing close to this one, let me just say. And that one has top notes of caramel, middle notes of coumarin and honey, and base notes of vanilla and white musk. Replica Coffee Break is one of my favorite coffee scents. The mixture of lavender, coffee, and vanilla is done in the most gorgeous way. I think the coffee in here too is not like a dry coffee like in the new Kayali fragrance. It's more of like a creamy lactonic coffee. And the mix of lavender just makes it so aromatic. This is a lovely fragrance that I cannot get enough of. As a coffee lover, this is definitely approved. And I love that they like to capture those moments. I could definitely see this being a scent I think of when I am thinking of a coffee shop, specifically one that I used to go to downtown Savannah, and the vibes just remind me of this smell. So they do such a great job, seriously. I need to get the big bottle, y'all. This is the only bottle I have of this, and I'm usually super stingy with my travels, especially when I don't have the big bottles. But I need to get one ASAP for this fall because it's so gorgeous. It's not gonna be for everybody. Very, very warm. Almost a little sexy, but more like cool girl than anything, if you know what I mean. One of the ultimate fall fragrances, seriously. This one has top notes of pepper, orange blossom, and patchouli, middle notes of lavender, coffee, milk, tonka bean, benzoin, and then cipro oil, and then base notes of vanilla, cedar, and vetiver. So yeah, at the base it is slightly woody, but not too much. I love the original Sweet Tooth from Sabrina Carpenter, but this Caramel Dream for the colder months, I think it's just gonna come alive. I feel like the original is way easier to wear like year round, whereas this one, I think it's just gonna be great in the colder weather. So I love the caramelized patchouli in this fragrance. I've come to realize I don't dislike patchouli as much as I might have thought that I did. I think it really does ground a fragrance. It elevates it, it makes it a bit sexy, and gives it that depth, you know, especially when there's gourmands really rounding it out, like in this one, because, you know, the patchouli is caramelized. You have that dark bitter chocolate. I think there is coconut milk. You do smell the coconut. And in the opening, you are hit with a bunch of citrus, specifically orange. There's also, I believe, some lemon, but it is in the background in comparison to the orange. It just smells so good, you guys. And if you do like sweets, but you want a little bit more than just the traditional light, soft, fluffy fragrance, I think this one is going to be so captivating, amazing for date nights, amazing for when you go out with your friends and you want to smell bold and intense, but for less, because I believe this bottle is $30 and it smells like it could quite literally be way more than that. And that one has notes of sugar, almond milk, orange, lemon, and freesia. I don't get that floral note. Middle notes of dark chocolate, vanilla, orange blossom, and orchid, and base notes of patchouli, caramel, sandalwood, musk, and amber. I had to get a light because the sun is going down and I didn't want us to be filming in the dark. But last but not least is Delina Exclusive. Please bear with me. I know the quality isn't the best right now, but I did just want to go ahead and finish this video still. So Delina Exclusive is a very beautiful rose oud lychee vanilla fragrance. When the vanilla comes through in the base, it is just so irresistible, and in my opinion, it is so bougie. I love this one when I want to smell just rich and expensive. So when I'm getting ready for my day or to go out somewhere, I really like to put this all over my robe. That way, like, the fragrance is just like hitting me. I'm in the best scent bubble. I'm feeling ready and confident for where I'm about to go, what I'm about to go do. It's just a lovely fragrance. Again, it's rose oud. If you love the note of the lychee, you're still getting that in here, but you're not getting the rhubarb. So if that note does bother you, I think you might really like this one. I have heard people say this is the most likable Delina, and I mean, I like them all, but I could definitely see that just because of the addition of the strong vanilla in the base. So this is very long lasting, super strong, like a beast. Very complimented, just super stunning, and I cannot get enough of it. I had to include it in at least one video for fall. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to comment down below your favorite fall fragrances if you haven't already in my last video. I love you, and I will see you in the next one, besties. Bye!